Hey everyone, Coach Wheeler, Indiana Tech Hurdles coach. Through this video that I've been doing, I've had some coaches reach out to me and ask me about how they communicate with their athletes. And when they're drilling, that's when I like to talk to my athletes or give them their coaching cues. I am very consistent with the coaching cues. You have to be consistent with your coaching cues. I can say one thing to one athlete, and all the other athletes know exactly what I'm zoning in on or what I'm talking about. If you're not consistent with your coaching cues, your kids aren't going to be consistent. And you want your kids to build good habits. And your habit that you have to have is being consistent on what you say. And how I do it and how I say things is very, very short. One, two, maybe four word cues that I use. That way, when I say them to the kids when they're doing, when they're going through a rep or they're doing drill work, they know exactly what I'm talking about. And some of those things that I say are, going to be like hips up or free side or push or big. It's just those different types of one, two, three word things that I can get out to the athlete and they know exactly what they should be focusing on. And again, it's really, really important to make sure that you're consistent with what you're saying and how you're saying it. Across the board, hurdle coaches tend to lean into the same vernacular. So if you've got a kid that's running in a program and the coach is really consistent, and you say something that revolves around closely to like hold your press or be patient, those are the types of things that other kids from other schools would hear you say, and they would know what you're talking about as well. And in the coaching world, those things are that consistency runs through through hurdle coaches, not just hurdle coaches, vault coaches as well, and throws coaches. It's not just hurdling that you're going to hear that consistency from. So I've got some pictures that I've brought up from Grant Holloway. Yeah, a couple really good pictures here. Let me get these up so everybody can see what I'm talking about here. This is a good picture. This isn't Grant, but this is still a really good picture of what I talk about when I say make sure you're aggressive with your press. So the press is going to be the angle from the knee to the hip, excuse me, knee to the hip to the shoulder, and just that pushing through over the top of the hurdle, and that's what the press is right there. And I can give you a couple. See, this is a really effective press here. He's trying to get those hips and keep that parabola over the top of the stick as low as possible. But a couple of things that I'm also seeing in this picture is look at that free side. That's what I mean by a free side. So his wrap arm here is when he starts to approach the hurdle, go over the top of the hurdle is going to be here, and then he opens up the angle with this wrist and he pulls it down over the top of the trail leg. This elbow really shouldn't move a whole lot. It should travel because of the movement of the wrist. The elbow doesn't pull, the wrist opens. And that's what you want to do when you're talking about the wrap arm side. And the free side should stay at the thigh, and at the absolute worst is going to be the hips. Reason why we're doing that is we're eliminating any over rotation. Look at his shoulders are parallel with the stick. Anytime that hand goes back behind the hips, you're going to have that shoulder further, and this one is going to be back, and then you're going to have to recover from that, and you're going to be out of balance. So that's why I talk about free side or wrap the knee, press. Those are things that I say to my kids as they're crossing hurdles and drills or when they're doing reps in practice. Another one for sweeping the knee. Look at that wrist wrapping over the top of the knee. Another thing I really like about this, besides the free side, is going to be look how far away that ankle is away from the butt. A lot of coaches say tuck that heel into the butt. I don't like them to do that. I'll make another video on why I don't want my kids to tuck the heel into the butt and keep that angle open, that heel to hind end angle open. Let's look at another one here. This is going to be hips up. Now the hips have traveled past the point of force impact, but look at we've got knee, I'm sorry, ankle, knee, hip, shoulder, all are in line with each other. This is absolutely gorgeous. And another thing that I'm noticing, he's not driving the knee under the hind or under the hamstring to drive the knee. He's using all knee and he's letting that ankle drop down. And this is a big issue for sprinters is when they rotate that leg through as they drive it up under the hamstring, and you want to keep this away. Heel hammy, heel hammy, heel hammy away. And I'm really loving this picture here. And another one on hips up for him is going to be, look at that, ankle, knee, hip, shoulder, all in line with each other. And look at his shoulders are really equal to where the stick is at in the same way as he's coming off of the hurdle, and the heel is not tucked under the butt. This is phenomenal looking crossing mechanics and push off of the hurdle. And I really like this one too. Got another one on free side. Let's bump this up so you can see it, but look at that hand by the thigh. That's what we really want to have. That's not eliminating any rotation. His eyes are on the next hurdle as he's crossing this one. They're not down at the ground trying to force that press on top. He's using his press, driving the knee to a 90 or a little bit past 90, heel to the hurdle. Wrap arms pulling over the top of the trail leg. So those are all really good looking pictures for those self-talk cues. The only other one I want to take a look at is going to be when I tell my athletes push. I want them to push out of the block or be big out of the block. And look at how big he is. Now he's a seven. He's doing 7 strides to the hurdle, which is he's going to have to. It's going to forces him to be big. But every step that he takes, he's pushing under his hips here. Look at this, right under the hip, pushing under the hips to get those hips up. And he's really big. But the thing that I want everybody to recognize here is look at how big his upper body is, how aggressive this arm swing and how big it is. It's not small and short. And it's not quick, it's big and aggressive. What we want to do here is to try to keep this front foot in the block as long as possible, and that way you're getting more force and push because we're overcoming inertia pulling us down to the ground. And you want to be big on there. If you're short and quick here, you're going to be short and quick here, and you're going to be off balance. You're not going to get any force into the track, and that's really what I want to have happen. So when I tell my kids, be big through three, 1, 2, 3, big, then you can start to locate the hurdle, locating his eyeballs to the stick. So those are all the different things that I kind of talk about with my athletes here. So your consistency in what you say is very important. So if you got anything out of this, leave me a little note at the bottom down here in the memo section down there, and smash and subscribe so we can get this out to other people, and let's make all of our hurdlers great hurdlers. Thanks, guys, and have a great day.